Talk to us about Kawhi Leonard and what his mentality is like this year, being in Toronto as opposed to being in San Antonio. How happy is he now compared to the teammate that you were dealing with last year?
Well, Kawhi, you never really know his emotions. He doesn't show him much.
Here's the billion-dollar question. Is being a quiet leader good or bad? Is being an introverted leader good or bad? Is being emotionless and not communicating your feelings and what you're thinking good or bad as a leader? And is it good enough? 100 years ago, you'd ask people, hey, is it okay as long as he or she works hard, but they don't say much ever, right? Is that okay? Is that good enough? As long as they're working hard, that's good enough. I see it differently. I believe your levels of communication, demonstrating emotion, acting alive, being a little bit more extroverted instead of introverted, those are really, really valuable skills that can be developed. I really believe that. Here's some of the challenges that arise if you are okay with someone being a silent leader or a quiet leader or someone who doesn't demonstrate much emotion. Think about these when you go to sleep at night. Others don't know what you're thinking and feeling. So if you want to play the quiet game and be emotionless and work hard and accept that that's good enough, others don't know what you're thinking and feeling. You have limited influence. I really believe that. Another reason why that could be a challenge if you're a quiet leader, effort, intensity, and your commitment could be questioned. Because if you're not demonstrating at a high level, right, levels of emotion and communication and volume, enough to get someone's attention, of course people are going to question your effort, intensity, and commitment. It's obvious. I think it makes a lot of sense. You got to think about this now. Before you accept your DNA, your personality type, and all these other things, and accept yourself as you are. Another thing that could be a challenge, people around you lose out on levels of leadership because they might not even notice you because you're not vocal. You could significantly improve and influence your levels of leadership if you increase your levels of how vocal you are. It's unbelievable. And lastly, you create double standards. Oh, it's okay if she's quiet and doesn't say much or, doesn't celebrate with their teammates or their team because they work hard and that's good enough. So then you create double standards for everyone else. So everyone else, some of the other people who might not be as talented, they get criticized for not being loud enough or not communicating, but they're like, well, you've accepted him or her as she is, and that's good enough for them, so why the double standard? So I think we need to seriously look at this and how we allow leadership to occur. And here's two solutions, right? Number one, if you believe this is a big deal and you can change and develop those skills vocally and emotionally to add more value to your leadership skills, you have to commit to it 100%. You have to be obsessed with it and believe that's the most important thing. That's step one. And step two is you have to surround yourself by other people, right, on a daily basis who consistently reward you for demonstrating those verbal and emotional skills in an exaggerated, animated, unproportional way. And if you don't, there's no way you'll ever feel the importance of increasing those skills of leadership to the highest level so you can influence more people. I think that there's a ton of opportunity out there. I think most people think a certain way and accept people as they are. I don't believe in that. I believe there's a lot of opportunity and we can increase levels of leadership and just knock it out of the park.
How happy does he appear to be there?
To me, he appears, very comfortable and very happy. He likes the city. Obviously, it's not the San Diego weather, but he's enjoying the fans are amazing here. But I said I don't want to get people too up, too down. I mean, whether I say it or not, people are going to get excited about it. But I think he really feels at home. He really likes it here and is enjoying his time, especially with a new team and with the teammates in the locker room. And Nick Nurse is the head coach. He's allowing him to do so many different things more and draw up some plays for him. I think he's pretty happy and comfortable, especially the fact that we're winning. That helps too.
Wow, what a great subject. How happy are you? I'm telling you right now as a friend, based on the research, these things will not make you happy. Here we go. Number one, if you like the city you're in, does it influence you? Yes. But if you let that determine your happiness, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. The amazing fans that cheer you on every day. No. Does it influence your happiness 1%? Maybe. And you can't let it go farther than that, because if you do, it'll destroy you. The teammates you're around, that helps, right? That's frosty and all that good stuff. Let's really look at what happiness really is and what it could be. How about how much autonomy you have, like whether a coach draws up plays for you and you get more attention that way, right? Of course it's going to influence your happiness, but it's fool's gold, just like winning's fool's gold. We need to do a better job of holding each other personally responsible for our happiness, our joy, and even most importantly, the number one thing that influences both of those is gratitude. Nobody talks about it enough. We don't demonstrate it. We don't reward it enough. And if we don't reward it enough, it doesn't get repeated. And we numb ourselves out and we numb other people out because we say, oh, well, we win a little bit more, then I get to be more happy. Or when I get a little bit more money, or I get a little bit more control or autonomy, or I get in a better situation, then I get to be more happy. We can't control 90% of those situations, but what we can control is our gratitude. And let's take this for what it's worth. Where there's no gratitude, there's no joy. Everything starts with gratitude. We need to start bragging about the individuals, the teams, the companies who are demonstrating gratitude at the highest level. And here's the funny thing, the best thing about gratitude, it increases your level of awareness. And people who are awake tend to be very, very effective and very fulfilled. Scott Savor, Uncommon Competitor, have an outstanding day. Let's go.